drip droppers. Today I'm working on my creative palette knife skills along with my skills for trying to make paintings have movement. If you do fluid art painting, maybe you just like watching, but if you're doing fluid art painting, you know that you're always growing, learning, trying new things. So today I'm doing two paintings. I'm actually making a triplicate. Yesterday my camera didn't record when I made the first painting, but this is what it looks like. Isn't it beautiful and gorgeous? I'm so happy with it. So today I'm making two more so that I have a triplicate. And this, my inspiration for this is just the water and the lake house because it is so beautiful here. All right, so let's get underway. So first things first, I made sure that this is level. Sometimes when you get paint build up, it's not level. My colors today are just so beautiful. Let me show you what they're going to be. Amsterdam Pearl Violet. We have Golden's Titanium Buff. This is Lumiere's Pearl Turquoise. Oh, beautiful. The Lumiere paints are just so gorgeous. Look at that. Lumiere Blue-Green Shift. So beautiful. It comes out amazing. Matisse Southern Ocean Blue. This is Liquitex Aqua Green. And my favorite, Abalone by this little piggy. All right, and for our pillow paint, we're going to be using Anchors Away. This is by Sherwin-Williams in their Color to Go series. If you're new to fluid art, by the way, I watch so much fluid art and I watch all the way through because I noticed that they give some little tips and tricks that I would not have known about otherwise. So maybe if you stay through this whole video, you'll understand the same thing. So, okay, so our first painting, I want to have enough down because this is going to spread. All right, so there's our blue. We just get a little bit of it moved around, not too much. All right, beautiful. Okay, gorgeous. I love this color by them. All right, so my plan here is to do kind of a bloom swipe. So what I've got here, I'm laying my paints down. I decided to do 2 S's. And my paints are the consistency of, I would say, like warm honey, maybe not even warm, maybe just regular honey. They're unusual for me. I typically will make them thicker, but because they really need to move on top of this paint, what I've done is made them thinner today. So I'm hoping this is going to turn out amazing. And when I'm laying these paints down, I'm not too worried if it drips, I can fix that. But I'm laying them down kind of in stripes, not all on top of each other. I want some to be where they may be just on top of the blue. So not all stacked on top of each other, if that makes sense. And I'm using a wood cradle board because I like those better than canvas. To me, it's a little easier to control because the board, although it will soak up some of the paint seems to ride on top of it. Now, I also have not treated this board. I've not gessoed this board or done anything to it. It's just a plain 12 by 12 cradle board. I'll link in my description where I get them from. They're such a beautiful size. And here I'm using my swipe tool. I'm putting down cell activator so that I can get the cells that I want. But I don't want it to all be cells, so I'm going to be making some adjustments as I go along here. I don't need it all to be cells. So the big thing for me is working on my knife skills because I have not really learned palette knife. I've done palette knife technique, but not really applied it as much. Usually I'll just make my item and then go, there, I'm done. But now I'm really working on taking a lot longer with a painting, spending a lot more time looking at the movement of it, spinning it, looking at it from all different directions, maybe connecting. Here I'm connecting the S's is what I'm working on. I'm looking for different patterns that are already there that I can take my knife along. Now I'm putting paint on my knife from the cups that are left and adjusting it down. I like some paint off and sticking out like there. I just did a little dip in the paint and drew it out. So that'll make it more beautiful. I've noticed with this particular kind of paint with this little piggies, they'll really shine later. It doesn't show up as much right now when I'm doing the work, but as it dries, it will just become so vibrant. I'm using the tip of my knife when I can to drag new colors through or to follow the patterns. Okay, that came out amazing, just like I hoped. I'm going to start the second one now, and I'm just hoping that I get more of the same. Don't want to mess this up, right? So I've got the back covered. I cleaned my tools. I took a minute here to go offline and clean my tools so that they're all ready for the next one so that I don't start with messy tools. So excited. Okay, so the two look beautiful. We're ready for number 3. Please, Lord, let me make something amazing. All right. All right, and that was a real prayer, by the way. Okay, here we go. Again with the color to go, anchors away. I'm using a wood cradle board. It's a 12 by 12. This is painting number 2 for today, but it's actually painting number 3 in the triptych because I made one yesterday, but I forgot to hit record. So this one, I call these angel wings, you know, just making two wings. And hopefully I'm going to bring them together as this moves through. But when the 3 paintings are hung together, they will all be of the same color and they should look like they belong together. Sometimes I'll do them all 3 right next to each other, but couldn't do that this time. So in this case, I'm putting down basically the same colors, but you can see as I'm doing this that nothing comes out the same. Again, wood cradle board. And I did a little prayer there. You didn't see that, but I did an angel prayer before I started this. This time it's a bloom swipe, but with a larger palette knife. I'm really working on learning these palette knives, what they do, and changing them up while I'm working. So you're going to see lots of palette knives. Now I purposely moved into the other one there so I could connect them. And I'm just stretching them out. You can see they flow really well on the paint. So to me, that means I got a really great paint consistency, which is always hard to get. The pillow paint's a little bit thicker than the next layer, and the thinnest of all is the cell activator. Now here I'm using my knife skills. I've got different knives, as you can see. I'm just working again with the flow and the pattern. That's why you see me spinning it. I'm actually looking at it from different directions. I'm adding color to it. You can see I'm dipping into the colors. Now, I didn't even know you could do that until I saw someone else do it. That's why it's good if you're watching all the way through and you see this. I'm spinning it, moving it. Now, I notice that one corner just doesn't have enough paint. I feel like that top left corner really needs something. So what I'm doing here, I'm just stacking a palette knife backwards. I put the cell activator on first. Then I'm putting all my colors on, and then I'm just going to go ahead here and put some more color down just to give it composition, I guess is the term I want. Now the problem with it is I probably should have done it earlier before I spun, because now I have a section that's much smaller than the other. All the cells are smaller, but I'm going to do some stretching and some work on that section. I'm not giving up. By the time I'm done, it's going to look amazing. And I've got this on fast speed so you can just see how this works, but just putting color in, following the movement, drawing little lines in it, and covering the sides now. I think it came out amazing. I'm so happy with it. There it is. I love this. I love stained glass windows, number 1. And I feel like there's a stained glass window to it, look over to it, over here where the colors are just kind of streaming through. I love that. I love everything about this. This is my first triptych, so that's number 1. I've been working really hard to get to a higher stage, and I feel like I'm getting there. I want to thank all of you who've subscribed. If you're new, subscribe. If you've been here before, hopefully you're listening through these videos looking for little tips and tricks that will help you too. I know I watch every video all the way through looking for one tiny trick or tip, and that has helped me so much. So I hope to see you in future episodes. Take care. I'm going to show you a flyover of all three and a little picture of the lake today. And I'll see you later. Okay, so let's go in order. So here's the one I made yesterday. Came out absolutely beautiful. And of course, you know me, I had to make a matching rock because, yeah, I took the leftover paint and made a matching rock. And then today, here is the second one that I made. Look how gorgeous that came out also. Now you might notice that the first and the second are different colors. That's because this blue over here will be drying the same as that blue. But you can really see on the first one, those extra colors coming up. So I'm expecting that on the second one too. And here's the third one in the triptych. I think this one might actually be my favorite one. Look how beautiful that came out. I'm going to see if I can show you what the sides look like too. This is a canvas wood cradle board, not a canvas. And that's, I think, what I love to paint on the most. Look at that, beautiful. So great. Thanks for joining.